Comments to access@telus.net. We are not Shaw.
All right.
Hello, welcome to Access TV. I'm Hendrik Dune of AHA Media, here with my partner April.
I'm so glad to be here with you, Hendrik. I'm April Smith of AHA Media. Hendrik, did you know that this month is Women's History Month?
March is always a very special month. There's so many things going on. It's the month of spring, lots of activities going on. So yeah, we'll go back to a special march that we held in February. But I want to make sure that it's not just International Women's Day, which was on the 8th of March, but that this month you have a chance to be kind to all women who are close to you. Thankful for those who raised you, your mothers, your grandmothers, your caregivers. Women are a very special breed. They nurture us throughout our lives, so don't forget that. Also, we mentioned March is the month of spring.
That's right.
People go outdoors a lot more. People get into activities, and some of our co-workers here got together and formed a
Downtown Eastside Hockey League. I'm really proud to say that Richard and Tony of AHA Media and our neighbor Denis, they formed part of the new upcoming Downtown Eastside Hockey League, and coming up next, we'll be seeing them get ready to lace up their skates after 15 long years. They're going to get ready to hit the ice.
And hopefully not hit the ice on their faces. But in case they do, March also is St. Paddy's Month. Everybody can wear a plaid shirt and go out and have a few brewskis. Also, don't forget up the next day. Look at your garden. You got to put a few seeds in there. Stay healthy throughout the year. All that happening in March. But first off, we have a segment on the Downtown Eastside Women's March. Can you introduce that to us?
That's right. This past February 14th, we had our traditional Women's Memorial March. It's where we go to remember and march for the memories of all the women that went missing before us. Hendrik and I both have lost some of our dear friends, and it's something that we're always going to support and always going to remember. So let's take a look at the upcoming highlights and always hold them in our hearts.
Thank you, April. Yeah, it's a very touching march always every year.
Yeah,
so
it is.
Let's go and see what happened there.
The 22nd Annual Women's Memorial March for Missing and Murdered Women started at Main and Hastings on February 14th, 2013. The march is held every year to honor and remember these women and help bring an end to the violence women face every day. AHA Media was there to give their respect.
My name is Sandra Pronto. I'm impacted because I'm a working girl down here. So in 1991, when I first worked at Crabtree Corner, was the very first Memorial March on this special day, February 14th. And part of it was we found women that were going missing, and they were found in the alleys and other little areas. And so this march is also a symbolic movement to address the women that had left us, who are mothers, grandmothers, aunties, sisters, somebody's child, daughters.
My name's Loretta, and I started the march about 2 years ago, and I knew one of the sisters, Georgina Pappin. I went to treatment with her, and then I met her sisters when they were doing the courts, and they said that the year that she was supposed to come home, they just found her because they were all adopted out, and they just found her and they were going to bring her home, and then she was murdered.
I started the streets 1986. I was 19 years old. And my strip corner was around Jackson and Spokane, Jackson, Strathcona area. And I met some of the girls back then. I remember Serena Abbotsway, Michelle Fournier, and other people that have gone before me. I'm here today as a survivor, a former sex trade worker, that don't ever forget my fellow sisters down here who are no longer here. I am very fortunate that I am here to see my children or not. Unfortunately, for the ones we lost, we are all sisters. We can all identify what it's like. missing someone, losing a loved one, or someone we've been close, who's been a fellow sisters with us. It doesn't matter if we were a sex trade worker, or we were an outreach worker, or whatever we did in our community. We all stand in unity to support each other and show companionship for one another on this special day, and honoring those women.
My name is Lori Berry. My sister was a sex trade worker. She met Picton, and he invited her to the Piggy Palace or whatever it was called, and luckily she said that he just creeped her right out, so she declined to go. However, my sister did die down here. She was a IV drug user, and yeah, I started marching a couple years ago as well. Yeah, we all have to stand together. It's very important that we remember these women that have lost their lives to such horrors, atrocities. Yeah, all my relations.
This is for all the women we've lost. It's very touching to see all the missing women marchers, and it's definitely drawn us closer as a community. Hendrik, what do you think about that?
Well, downtown Eastside is very much about community. We'll have a lot more segments about community actions later on. But first of all, let's get back to springing into action. Life does go on for all of us, so to get on with our lives, we have to start getting ourselves into shape, getting happy, getting some exercise. So next segment is about the downtown Eastside Hockey League, just starting up with only 2.5 members, I think.
3.5 members, actually.
If you don't include the Mackenzies.
Think about it, it's almost like riding a bike. Am I gonna fall? Am I gonna just pick it up right away? Who knows?
It feels great. I'm looking forward to it, and ready to have some, what they call, some scraps.
Yeah.
Some scraps and hitting hard and skating hard, and also maybe I'll last the whole game without passing out.
I haven't been on skates for what, 15 to 18 years or something like that there, which is remarkable. If I do skate, hopefully I know what I'm doing. Probably fall flat on my ass, but that's besides the point, and I'll have some fun.
We're building the team right now.
How many people have signed up?
3.5.
3.5, all right. That sounds great.
Two guys and Richard.
Yeah.
He takes up 1.5.
Only worth a half.
Aww.
Already worth a half.
Here, gotta go through my gear, get my skates sharpened, and we'll be good to go.
It's actually quite good, back on skates.
Since you were in figure skating, it's been that long?
Figure skating?
Yeah.
Mike, sometimes you have a tendency to.
That's quite a jump, from figure skating to hockey.
Yeah, like some.
Can you elaborate on that a little bit more?
I don't elaborate on stuff like that, okay? No, I don't. Okay.
I'm Richard from AHA Media, and I'm looking forward to the new hockey season.
Anyway, stepping over the girlfriend's got his gear, good to go.
Say that again one more time.
I said girlfriend's got his gear, good to go.
We're going to have a lot of fun following the boys as they go on their happy ice hockey journey.
Hell, don't put me on ice hockey skates. Give me my speed skates and I'll be out of there in no time. I don't like all that roughness that goes on there. Heck, actually there's been quite a bit of turmoil in the downtown Eastside. People are trying to take over the downtown Eastside, the community feels, and we were actually invited to smooth that out a little bit. We were invited by
SMEI Vancouver. We were presenters at the Marketing to the Socially Conscious, the Vancouver Downtown Eastside case study, and we were invited to the Pan Pacific Hotel.
This is kind of a strange thing for us to do, to talk about marketers, about marketing our own community, but actually it helped us quite a bit, and I think it helped them quite a bit. They have to connect with the community if they want to establish a relation with us. So I'm glad we went there and we managed to get that across. Also, it was quite interesting to be involved with a different crowd. So watch this. It was fun for us. What we market is community building, connecting people about common causes, and what we like to highlight is the lighter, humorous aspects that we come across rather than the conflicts that mainstream media likes to highlight. That's AHA Media.
AHA Media was at a recent event with SMEI Vancouver at the Pan Pacific Hotel, where April Smith and Hendrik Bune spoke about marketing to the socially conscious consumer, the Vancouver Downtown Eastside case study.
Think of how you would effectively change this person's life.
The Downtown Eastside has always been fighters, always been activists. You know, so many rallies started from there. And it's always been a low-income community. So we got to respect that, but I do believe in mixed communities. And if businesses can move in there and employ the local people, give them a hand up, and especially if they can earn a living wage, which is really hard to do for someone who lives in the Downtown Eastside.
It's a case of, as April and Henrik said, really looking at this as a long-term marriage.
You know, it's important that people care about each other. That builds community, and that builds a better society.
Absolutely.
The more that we can extend into the community and allow our constituents to be involved in our brand, the better for cause marketing.
Wonder where I'm gonna go. I'd sure like to go to Europe or Africa. Hey, but a local good call is to come out to the march, which is happening on Commercial Drive on the 23rd of March. It's a march against racism, so it's gonna be good. Talking about a good purpose for all of us to get together. So all races, let's join. March 23rd, Commercial and 14th. Hope to see you there. Hope it's not shining rain like it is today, but heck, it's getting warmer. It's springtime. It's a good purpose. It's gonna be green. Let's go. See you there.
Comments to access@telus.net. We are not Shaw.
All right.
Hello and welcome to Access TV. My name is Sid Tan and we are here shamelessly promoting our friends and community, and one of our favorite friends from one of our favorite communities, community centers anyhow, is Ethel Whitty. She is a director of the Carnegie Community Center, and she's been active in a number of things going on, not the least being Homeground and the Heart of the City Festival. Welcome to the show, Ethel.
Hi, Sid. Thanks for having me.
So let's start off, first of all, let's talk a little bit about the Carnegie Community Center. It's in the heart of the Downtown East Side, and it's often been called the living room of the Downtown East Side. Can you elaborate on that? What kind of work goes on there?
The Carnegie Center is right at the corner of Main and Hastings, and many of our patrons live in SRO housing, or perhaps don't have housing, or living at the time, temporarily at least, in a shelter. And they come to the Carnegie Center to be with community and to be with friends. Some of them may be just dropping in, playing cards or playing pool. Other people are coming to yoga, or we also serve a large number of Chinese, particularly Chinese seniors, because we are in the middle of Chinatown after all, and it's that community who may be coming for outings or ballroom dancing. Or the community is really varied, but what they have in common is our mandate is to serve the low-income community.
And on that note, there's one thing that goes on there I've always been impressed of and I've taken advantage of. and that is the kitchen. And the running of that kitchen has always been fascinating to me with the volunteers and all that. Can you tell us how many meals and how that works? It's just amazing.
The kitchen is really the heart of the Carnegie Centre, naturally. The kitchen and the cafeteria. The philosophy there is a whole food philosophy, and of course we work very closely with a community association called the Carnegie Community Centre Association, and they give advice to the director, and a lot over the years they've really been instrumental in the policies of the kitchen and really talking about what kind of food this community needs, which is really highly nutritious food. And there are 200 volunteers in any given month who work at the Carnegie Centre, and they are patron volunteers primarily, not completely, but primarily. Folks who live in the neighborhood and want to contribute to the neighborhood. It's quite incredible, really. And so we have a very, very small kitchen staff that are paid for by the City of Vancouver, as is the facility, but we could never prepare all those meals without the volunteer support, which of course is true for many of the programs that are open in the centre. We couldn't keep the weight room and the pool room and all of those other services going. They're monitored by volunteers.
That's amazing, and I know that just recently the Carnegie Centre was central in organizing what is called the Home Ground Festival, which to me is something really special. It's just amazing. And that is an opportunity to really give to those people that need the good nutrition, that need a good, safe place to stay, especially if they're homeless. I'm just wondering if you could tell me a little about Home Ground Festival.
Well, this is the 5th year we've done Home Ground, and it is a 3-day festival in big tents at Oppenheimer Park, and boy, did we ever get rained on this year. It'll never get worse than it was this year. We just finished it. And the food is prepared by Templeton Culinary Program, which is just great. People love the fact that it's high school kids that are making this very high-end food for them. On the last night, we had filet mignon, and people just don't get that. So it's really just a gift to the community. It's 3 days when you don't have to worry about whether you're going to have great food to eat or not. And there's entertainment in the other tent. So, you know, normally if you'd be confined somewhere because of the rain or the cold weather, you actually have a place to be out in the community. And I think those of us who promote it and put it on get as much back from that community as we give. I mean that. That's not just a platitude. It is a pleasure to be with people. And again, we have volunteers who serve the food, and they love doing it, and their neighbors love having them do it. It's very much a community event.
Yeah. And talking about community events, another community event that goes on in the downtown Eastside, which the Carnegie Community Centre has been very involved with, is the Heart of the City Festival. And that will be coming up in about 6 months. Mm-hmm. I'm just wondering if you could tell us how that came about, because I know it has an interesting history and it's connected with the Carnegie.
Well, the Heart of the City Festival sort of grew out of the 100th anniversary of the Carnegie building itself. And there was a great big downtown Eastside play that got put together by Vancouver Moving Theatre in partnership with the Carnegie Centre, and the community so loved participating, and there are so many artists in the community who like to communicate with the world by giving something of themselves through music and song and writing, that it became clear that that community should get a chance to every year to show itself in some way to their neighbors and to the world at large. So Vancouver Moving Theatre is the producer of that, and of course the Carnegie Centre is a major partner, and it has been very successful.
Well, that's a very ambitious program, a very needed program. You're talking about arts and culture, feeding people, giving places for people to network and hang around. We have to go, Ethel. Thank you very much for being with us. And before we go, I just want to know, the Carnegie Centre, where is it and how can people get involved down there?
Well, the Carnegie Centre is 401 Main Street, right at the corner of Hastings and Main. And I think one of the ways that people can get involved, of course, is to donate to our programs, because we always are operating on a shoestring. I mean, the City of Vancouver funds the facility and the staff, but when it comes to programming, you know, we're always looking for ways to enhance what we do, and a lot of that is through fundraising. But the other way people can get involved is by, volunteering at the Learning Center. We have an amazing Learning and Literacy Center where it's student-focused. You can come and meet with one student a couple of times a week and help them with something, anything that they want to learn. So there are ways for people to get involved, and people are most welcome to call me or the center or the volunteer coordinator and see what they can do.
What is the number?
I'll give you my number, 604-665-3301.
604.
665-3301.
Wonderful. Thank you for being with us, Ethel. We have to go now. Thank you for being with us, folks. My name is Sid Tan. This is Access TV, shamelessly promoting our
To
friends.
access@telus.net. We are not Shaw.
All right.